Hello, welcome back to the channel Up the Reds TV with me, Andy Cambe. This video is the post-match of Burnley 0, Liverpool 1. So just before we start, can I just say thank you. I have now reached 100 subscribers for this channel, Up the Reds TV, and thanks to all those who are subscribing to the channel and enjoying these videos. So if I can just ask you guys, please, to share, like, and subscribe if you're watching this for the first time or you've been watching the channel but not yet subscribed. It will help me a great deal because I can put out more of this content for YouTube to pass out there. So yeah, I'll be ever so grateful. Okay, let's get onto the game then. First off, we started the game on the front foot, not going to lie. It was slow. It was a typical start after the international break game. I mean, we had 3 corners in the first 15 minutes. Kirkes with a bit of an air shot. Ibu with a couple of headers. He really should have scored from one of them. And then as the half was going on, we just couldn't find a rhythm, just couldn't find anything that sort of like would break Burnley down. Now, Burnley were had a game plan, and I listened to Scott Parker's press with the pre-match press conference, and he didn't come out to say that his team would come out and attack Liverpool. And to be fair, they didn't, did they? For 95 minutes, they really sat back. They did have 3 or 4 scurries across the halfway line, but they were never really going to harm Liverpool at all in this game. And you could see that. Very frustrating to watch as a spectacle because you want both teams to be playing, but if there's only one team that's trying to win the game and score goals, it just slightly becomes a bore fest. So as I was saying, and then the first half, the passes were going astray. Maka was a culprit. That was before he got taken out and by what's he called, Upu Chukwu or something like that. Yeah, it was a bit of a nasty one. I'm surprised he stayed on, and obviously, he didn't come on for the second half. It just wasn't working with Maka or Wirtz in the middle. They were just a bit too similar. We weren't playing the balls through the middle. Wirtz was finding the gaps, but the likes of Ryan, not confident passing the ball to him. Dom was the same a few times. Ibu, when Ibu gets the ball, we seem to slow down a bit. And although defensively he was very good again today, but yeah, he was bringing the ball out 30 or 40 meters away from our goal, and then he would stop and then just do a 5-yard pass or 15-yard pass, but nothing really happening, and what was it, 37 minutes? It took Onslaught to make a decision to take young Kirkes off because he got a silly yellow card for diving, and then there was a couple of fouls where he could have possibly got another yellow. But yeah, Onslaught is a top manager. Top managers make the right decisions, and this one was a right one. Do you remember the one at half-time he made with Kwanzaa? The first game away to Ipswich, first game of the season last season. This one was done within the first half, and I think Milos Kerkez, as I said, he's a young player. He'll learn from that. Really, he shouldn't have gone down in the box. He had plenty of time to whip a ball into the area, and you don't know what happens, So rightly so by Oliver that he got the yellow card, and then obviously Robbo comes on, and we get our first shot. The Bagra in goals for them, straight down his throat, but that was from Robbo, who'd come on, and and the half then just really pitted out. I mean, we did have about 6 corners maybe in that half, and so half time comes, and a decision was made to take Maka off, and rightly so, because I saw that tackle in slow motion. I played Sunday League football. Look, there's many a Sunday when a late challenge is come on me like that, or for you for that matter, if you played Sunday League football after you've been out on the bev on a Saturday and somebody comes in late across you and your ankle just goes like that, you try and carry on playing, don't you? You get it strapped up at half time. The pitches are not helping because they're like quagmires, but Connor comes on, right, slots into right back. Dom goes into the middle, and we started to be on the front foot a lot more. We had plenty of crosses that were going in to Burnley's area. They were defending well, they were blocking the shots, but that was their game plan. They really weren't going to harm us in any way. Keeper wasn't kicking it long from his hands, no resets. They were trying to get up the pitch and then probably waste time by getting little fouls. But we just tried to go through the middle, down the sides. It just, it was going to be one of them games where you think, here we go, is this going to be a last minute winner or something? Do we need something special from somebody? And then on the 83rd minute, I think that might have been the turning point. Ugper Chukwu fouled Wirtz as he was coming through, and he gets his second yellow for the red. I don't think he could have any complaints about that. This is where you see top managers make decisions, don't you? Onslaught takes off Kerkez, where Scott Parker leaves his midfielder on, who reckless yellow card that he got on Maka in the first half, and he leaves him on. And if you do that, you're chancing it. The game's opening. Well, it's opening up. We try to do something with their low block, and so he gets his second yellow. He's off, and unlike the Arsenal game, there was no repeat from Dom Slobosly, was it? It was way over the bar, and then you start to scratch your head again, thinking, "Oh crikey, what's going on here?" And then on come Frimpong and Ungamoa. Look, Wirtz was taken off, Konate was taken off. I thought Wirtz's second half, he began the second half really well. When Maka went off, and I said to you earlier on here that Maka and Wirtz wasn't working, but when Maka went on, Wirtz had so many touches of the ball. He died for about 10 minutes between, 77 to, when he got subbed off anyway, on the 83rd, when he got subbed off shortly after Dom's free kick went wayward. And then young Ungamoa, he was busy. He tried to do a few trick things, trying to get plays in the box. We were just trying to play these little intricate passes, and little five-a-side passes, and they weren't working. We were running out of ideas. I thought to bring Frimpong on, he did make a difference. I mean, he had a shot saved by the keeper. He he won us the penalty. By putting the ball in. I mean, we did put the ball in from both sides a lot in this game, but there was just no end product. And handball. I knew Mo was taking it. I didn't know, his penalties of late haven't been very good, have they? So it was one of them. If I had rosemary beads, I'd be whatever you do with rosemary beads. I'm not a religious person, but yeah, he smashes into the roof of the net, and in the penalty was given in the 93rd minute. So yeah, he smashes into the roof of the net. We've not really started playing, have we? Played 4 games, got 12 points. Bonus is that we've kept 2 clean sheets. The defence is now looking a bit solid. Midfield, Gravenberg is just becoming better and better and better. Like I said, Burnley never really troubled Liverpool, and yet Burnley were the home team. Overall, Reds are not firing on all cylinders, but managed to get 4 wins out of 4. But a sterner test awaits the Reds in midweek than against Atletico Madrid. Let's talk about the players. Ali had nothing really to do. I don't think he's made a save in this game. I'm trying to think, definitely not in the second half. First half, no, I don't think he did he? He's not made a save at all. So he's obviously won't be putting his kit in the old laundry, will he? Basket, because he didn't get it dirty. Dom Slobbersley, he's had really 2, maybe 3 top games this season. Newcastle, Arsenal, and now today. The lineup was a bit of a surprise for me. Totally wrong to what I said, but yeah, I thought Dom was excellent. Kirkes, yeah, he got hauled off, and rightly so, but he'll learn from that. And I thought Ibu and Virgil were winning the battles in the air, really, really good and strong. And yeah, they were. Ryan is superb for us. Absolutely superb. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. He is Arnslot's go-to. Superb with his half turns and trying to open up the pitch. I mentioned Dom Slobbersley, playing right back, and obviously he went into midfield second half. His engine, really, really good running with the ball. Wirtz had a quiet first half again. That's possibly down to because the players are not finding him when he gets into those pockets of space. I think he keeps looking to play on the left-hand side, but it's a bit congestive in there because Ekitike goes into there, Gakpo's into there. Just talking about Gakpo, he was trying too many times, trying to cut in and shoot, and then his crosses were awful. Really, to find somebody at the back stick, it just wasn't his game. But he had the beating of Kyle Walker. He really did. Hugo Ekitike put in another good shift. Again, they weren't finding him. He was going into space. He was wanting the ball. The good thing about him is if he lost the ball, he chased it back and got it back for the Reds, which was good. Mo Salah, Poor game again, really. We have to be honest. We have to see how it is. The amount of times he gave the ball away, his crosses weren't to anybody; they were just put in. And I mean, yes, he turned up on the 94th minute and took the penalty away, but really, it's just an observation by me. I'm hoping that we are not seeing the demise of this great player that we've had for a good few years here. But I just don't think he is doing it this early stage of the season. He's one of the fittest players that you've got at Anfield, if not the fittest. If James Miller was still there, he'd definitely be the fittest. But yeah, Mo's not firing on all cylinders. Is it a bit of a concern? We'll have to have a look on Wednesday. Obviously, you've got to win your home games in the Champions League, haven't you? As I've already stated. But yeah, he is becoming a bit of a concern for me. So yeah. Right, okay. There was lots of talk before the game about Isak not being on the bench, not being involved. Look, football is a data, and I tweeted this before kickoff. Football is a data-driven sport these days, and you know he would have had his vest on with all the information, and they'll have just put it. They'll put it into the computer, and the computer won't lie about what the player is, how far he's up to with everything. You know, they'll have had records of him, what he was last season. Make no mistake about that. And yeah, and I said, look, obviously Chiesa's not in the Champions League squad. And by the way, I didn't mention Chiesa. He had a chance, didn't he, with a header from a Robbo cross when he came on the 71st minute or something. So, and you could see how cheesed off he was while missing that chance. But yeah, Isak will be on the bench, I've no doubt, against Atletico Madrid. Just talking about Chiesa, I did see something. Bournemouth 2-2, Arsenal, was it Newcastle? Bournemouth, 2-2, Arsenal 0-0, Burnley 0-0. Chiesa comes on and he scores, but you can put Newcastle in that as well. But you know, if I come to think about it, Newcastle as well, 2-2. Bournemouth 2-2, Newcastle 2-2, Arsenal 0-0, Burnley 0-0. Every time Chiesa's come on, Newcastle 2, Liverpool 3, because he made the pass to Salah, didn't he? And Salah across into the box and step over from Dom, and Ngamo slotted it home. And then Arsenal 0-0, we win 1-0. And Bournemouth as well. That was when he came on, scored the third one there. Yeah, so he's got a bit of a what's it when he comes off the bench? We don't lose a game with him coming off when we need him. So yeah, 1-0 against Arsenal, 1-0 against Burnley. So that's a nice little thing for us to have a look at as the season goes on. Okay, that's enough from me. I gave me man of the match to Dom Slobberslide. There are some of you out there that wanted it to be going to Ryan, and I quite understand that. You know, he's Ryan always gives you 9 out of 10 performance, but I just thought Dom again today. The energy, starting at right back, second half played in midfield. Had a couple of shots. Keeper saved one. His free kick was not a free kick that Dom Slobosly normally would have executed like that. But yeah, that was my man of the match, and he's becoming an important player for Onslaught, and Onslaught will have him and Ryan down with Ali and Verge as he's first on the team sheet when he's picking the teams for the matches. Okay, so that's enough from me. And again, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Let's get this channel growing. If you like the content that I'm doing, I'm quite happy to carry on doing them. I've done 300 plus videos, and like I say, it's really nice that we've got 100 subscribers, but let's get those built up. Share it with your mates, tell them about this channel, and let's get it grown. Okay, until Tuesday, I'll do a preview one for the Champs League game at home, and I will speak to you guys then. Leave your comments below, as I said, and please subscribe to the channel, and please like. Up the Reds.